This video is brought to you by the Affinity Trading Institute. TradeZero is the preferred trading software of Affinity, but you can use any software that you're comfortable with. In this video, we'll talk about some features that really don't require much training, but we want to go over them because sometimes that's how you find new feature. What I will do is first maximize the ribbon. So I want to click off minimize so that I can see the name. I know what the symbols all are, but when you're demonstrating it looks a little bit better. The first one I want to cover is news. Okay, so I'll click on the news icon, as you can see here, and that brings up a pop-up window. You can see I search for Facebook and guidance. So let's remove the keyword. Let's say I want to look for some news on Twitter. I'm going to type in Twitter and press enter. And it didn't find anything. As you can see, it says there is no symbol Twitter. News for Twitter. The symbol for Twitter is TWTR. I press enter and it brings up stories and headlines for Twitter. I can also add some keywords, a keyword to look for. So I can search for analyst ratings or analyst color contracts, whatever that I want to do to try to find some things. The only thing you need, the two things to be concerned with here, there are stories and headlines. Headlines, Twitter shares seem to be reacting to fake whatever. Okay, so this is a headline from Twitter. I can double click on that, nothing happens. Okay, it's just a headline. However, if I click on a story, okay, and you notice that the story, the type is either story or headline. So if I click on a story, it will open that up in whatever your default browser is. So if I click on the story of Twitter shares spike on bogus tweet suggests Dorsey exit, okay, I'm going to double click on that. My browser preference in my computer is Internet Explorer. So it opens up the content of that story in Internet Explorer. Whatever your browser default is, it will be used. So if you have your computer set up to as Google Chrome as your browser, the story will open up in Google Chrome and you can read it there. Okay, pretty simple. But it's nice to know about the difference between a story and a headline. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the top list. Now the top list is something that I use every day because I gap trade and this will tell me certain things. So if I look at the top list, it tells me different areas. So I'll pick New York Stock Exchange, most active. So it's showing me the most active stocks. Now it is 7:01 at night on a Thursday evening, so the market's already closed. So this information is not changing, but I can see what happened. I will go in this in the morning and look at the pre-market to see what stocks are moving. So I can see that the most active was Nougat. Last trade was 10.21 and it changed at $1.56, a 14% change, and you can see the volume. Okay, like everything else, I can right-click, do preferences, show me what I want to see, where I want to align it. Okay, I can also set up the columns, put them in a different order. Okay, so you can customize it the way you like. And all the markets are there: New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, American Express, and so forth and so on. So you can look at many different things depending on how you trade. If I want to look at the net change up, what stocks went up today? Well, I can see that, and this is an interesting one. SFLA, or usually let me look at downs. I want to see the net change down, okay? And this caught my attention. JHC, wow, it went down $24. Wow, that's great. That would have been a great gap trade for me. But the problem is it's a $500 stock. I don't trade those. Personal preference. But you can see the New York Stock Exchange net change down. So this is how you can use the top list to go in and take a look for stocks. The symbol search. So if I will enter the company name if I don't know what the symbol is. So if I type in Twitter, if I don't remember what Twitter is, I press enter and I can see that the symbol is TWTR, the company name, and the exchange that it trades on. Pretty straightforward. I can also, should be able to type in the Twitter name. The symbol name, Facebook, and click search. Now what's interesting is that I get a whole bunch of things here, but I don't see Facebook. So I'm going to have to bring this up to the company, the people at TradeZero, and ask them why that is. I don't have an answer for that. But this is a simple way to find a symbol if you know the company name. I want to know that I want to trade Alcoa, and that's the company name, so I see the symbol AA is for Alcoa. So that's how you use the symbol search. The next three things I'd like to talk about are really for information purposes, and you really will only use them if you run into problems and someone from Affinity is trying to help you figure out what's going on. If you ever run into a problem and you end up getting a call from me, I'll walk you through it. I might ask you to look at these things. They're the system, the connection, or system and the collection. So system, not very user-friendly information, if you will. Okay, you can see what time it is. Okay, but these other things, unless you're a technical person, a programmer, developer, our computer architect, you don't know what that means and you don't care. And you shouldn't. Okay, but I just want you to be aware of these. The other thing is the connection. This is what you see, the splash screen when you log into TradeZero or Zero Pro. TradeZero and Zero Pro are the same thing. Both names are synonymous. So it's just showing you this. And this is where you can disconnect if you'd like, or reconnect. Or if you need to hit additional settings, you can click this plus sign and see some additional settings. But really, you'll never really go into this except, again, when you log in or when you're doing something in conjunction with someone from Affinity. So that's some pretty basic things, some basic features that, again, don't require much training, but I wanted to cover them just so you get an idea of what's available. Okay, there will be future videos on some of the other features. We want to continue to add more videos to help everyone with the trading style. And again, our thought is it's better to take a look and review the features. The best case scenario is you found some new feature that helps you with your trading. The worst case scenario is you spent a little bit of time, watched the video, and it really doesn't help, doesn't do anything for you, but you've gained some knowledge. And this video is only 7 minutes long, so you didn't waste a whole bunch of time. And the videos will always be very short in duration. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the trading floor.